Hello, welcome to week one. So this week you will get started on the content of the course, but you want to make sure that you've completed the course orientation material first. If you haven't looked at all of this material, you will not be able to open this module. So make sure you go through all the course orientation material and then you'll be able to open up this week one module. Inside the week one module, you'll find this video, which you are currently watching, which orients you to the different pieces of the week. This week you've got two tasks. The first task is to evaluate the purpose of interpersonal communication. And you will do that by reading an article in The Atlantic called "Is Facebook Making Us Lonely?" When you click on the links, remember that you might need to click on this white title in order to appropriately load the article at the external site. If you get an advertisement like this at The Atlantic, you can pause it, and then up here you'll see there's a timer. When that timer counts down to 0, you can continue to the article. The next thing you will need to do is to review how to make a post to a discussion board. So there's some material here from Canvas to help you with that in case you're unfamiliar, so you can check out that video. And then you'll want to actually make your first post to the discussion board. So remember that for our class, you're going to be using the Pi method, and the instructions for the Pi method are here, so you can download that article and review it. It will load ultimately in this box if you're patient. For your originating post, you need to answer each question with a clear point, illustration to support that point, and then an explanation of how these two things are connected. So if I ask you a question like, is interpersonal communication important to you? You might respond with a point by saying, interpersonal communication is very important to me. That would be your point. Then your illustration might be an example of a relationship you have where you use interpersonal communication. I communicate every day with my husband about all kinds of different things, about what we're going to eat for dinner, what we're going to do for our vacation, what projects we're going to take on in our house, how I feel about him, etc. That's an illustration that supports your point. Then I might explain how those two things are connected. All of this communication shows that I think it's important to communicate with people you have relationships with. Ergo, I feel that interpersonal communication is important. So you want to make sure you have each of these three elements in your responses. You also want to make sure you have these three elements in your replies to classmates. And again, there are examples here to help you. If you have questions as you're working on this, please don't hesitate to ask me. I also recommend taking time with these responses. Don't just slam them out. Write them, save them, come back to them, look at them, revise them, make sure you're meeting up with those guidelines, and give yourself some opportunity to really think about what you want to write before you just post it. So when you've posted, you will see your responses by, you will post your responses by clicking here on reply, and then you can type whatever it is you want, and then you'll hit post reply, and there your response will be. Hopefully it'll be a little bit more coherent than what I posted there. So that is how you post to the discussion board. There's 3 questions for this week, so you want to make sure you answer each one. You can also look at this rubric to see how you're going to be graded. The second task for this week is defining interpersonal communication. So you'll do that after you've watched Friday Night Lights. Then you'll want to review how to add a photo to a discussion board. And you'll want to review how to submit a peer review for a discussion board, because this discussion board is a little bit different than the one you've done earlier. This one, I'm asking you questions, but you don't have to use the Pi method to answer them. I just want you to answer the questions for us. And I want you to share a photo of what you look like. This is a way for us to kind of get to know you and know what you're about and know how you're feeling about the class. Then, at the end of Thursday, you will be assigned peer evaluations to complete for 2 other peers. So you'll be able to see everyone's submissions, but on Thursday you're going to have 2 people assigned that you need to peer review. And that means you need to go back and read what they've written and write a response and just say, hi, I'm so-and-so, I read your comments, this is what I think about them, etc. As long as you do both of these pieces, you'll get full credit on this assignment. So if you have any questions about how that works, please don't hesitate to ask me. Finally, we'll have our first lecture this week on Friday at 10 a.m. You do not actually have to be able to join us Friday at 10 a.m., but if you can, I hope that you will. This will be through Blackboard Collaborate. Again, you can get to those by going to Blackboard Collaborate along the side here. And if you go to upcoming sessions, you'll see the sessions there. But you also can get to them by following that link in the module. Once the lecture has taken place, I will replace that link with a link of the video of the lecture. So I hope you'll be able to join us for them. I think that's more fun. But if not, it's okay. You'll be able to watch it later. If you have any questions about this week, please don't hesitate to ask me. I'm happy to answer them. I hope you have a great week. Thanks.